In India, petrol is being sold at 86 rupees 24 paise in India's financial capital, Mumbai. That's about $1.30 a litre. These prices clearly burning a hole in the pockets of Indians. The mark that petrol has crossed is 81 rupees in Kolkata and Chennai, and it's just shy of 80 rupees in Bengaluru. It's no different for diesel. It's selling between 69 and 74 Indian rupees in Tier 1 cities. The government's action or inaction has not resulted in any reprieve for Indians as yet. Last week, Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad said that the government is not interested in temporary measures. The government will take a long-term view. Taxes on petrol and diesel in India are extraordinarily high. Nagen Singh now joining us for more on that. Nagen, we do know that if the centre or the states don't reduce those taxes, then probably prices won't come down, even though global prices are coming down. Now, how are people really responding across the country?
Good evening. Well, the good news here is that the prices may reduce, but there will be no instant reduction in the prices. We will see the reduction in prices or decline in prices after 15 days because the petrol prices, the crude oil prices have gone down in the international market around $76 per barrel. And also Russia and other OPEC cartels, they have decided to increase the production of crude oil. So the prices will go down, but it will not come very instantly, and there will be not a huge decline in the prices. So we will see the reduction in the prices, but it will be very lesser to 30 paisa per day or something like that, the way it has increased. At the moment, even Congress, the opposition party of India, they have planned to come up with a protest tomorrow around 10:30 because of the increasing prices. What happened in 2013 when the prices increased, there was huge protest against the petrol prices, but we are not seeing a huge protest this time because most of the people that we are speaking to, they also believe that government is taking so much of taxes from the petrol or from diesel, but these are being used for welfare schemes. That's why common man or common people are not really against it, but I'm talking about the situation in Delhi. If you talk to people who are in rural areas or agrarian families or farmers, what we have seen in Punjab, that they have already started the protest.
Nagen Singh reporting from the capital. Still no closure for relatives of the passengers of MH370, the flight that vanished en route from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing more than 4 years ago. The tragedy happened on the 8th of March 2014 and massive hunts were launched. The last one has ended today. US-based Ocean Infinity used deep-sea vessels to survey a vast area in the southern Indian Ocean, and it has come up with no results. What's more, the Malaysian government says it has no plans to begin a new search effort. In any case, official search efforts came to an end last year with no conclusion. No one knows what happened to the aircraft. Malaysia's transport minister says a full report will be published soon, but he's not given a date. Though Australia says the search has tested the limits of technology and experts and people at sea. Australia, Malaysia and China say the search will resume only if there is credible evidence identifying a specific location for the missing aircraft. The only confirmed traces of the plane have been 3 wing fragments found washed up on Indian Ocean coasts. Here's a look at a timeline of what exactly happened to MH370 or what exactly we know happened. On the 8th of March 2014, the Malaysian Airlines flight MH370 lost contact less than an hour into the flight. On the 15th of March, investigations focus on the Indian Ocean region. In July 2015, debris is found on Reunion Island in the Indian Ocean. In January 2017, Australia, Malaysia and China suspend the official search. In January 2018, Ocean Infinity launches search operations. In May 2018, Ocean Infinity's operation has now ended as of today. Malaysia says there's no plan to resume a search. There are dozens of unanswered questions. Why was there no distress signal? Questions have been asked on why no alarm was raised. Was MH370 hijacked? There's no answer to this question as well. And in any case, aircraft now have strengthened flight deck doors to prevent intruders from taking control. Although the possibility of human error in a challenging situation cannot be ruled out. Also, why have satellites not found the debris from MH370? Almost every inch of Earth is covered by satellites, and yet the world has failed to locate MH370. In fact, Australia now says the search has tested the limits of technology as well as people at sea. Molly Gambhir now joining us from the WION newsroom in New Delhi. Molly, though Australian media had reported that the pilot was possibly on a suicide and murder mission, we still have so many unanswered questions.
Certainly, Amitabh, this is the day when the hunt, the official search for that aircraft is ending. But while that search ends, the search for answers definitely does not. As you pointed out, several conspiracy theories have been doing the rounds. Several questions still remain unanswered. One of the most prominent ones is why no distress call was made, and also of if there was a hijack that was attempted, why that call wasn't made, and if there is the perspective of every inch of the planet that's been covered by satellites. Why is it and how is it that no satellite so far has ever been able to, throughout those 4 years, been able to find a single indication or a trace of what happened to that aircraft? Let's just take a step back and contextualize for our viewers how this is the second hunt for that aircraft. This is a deal that was signed with the Texas-based seabed exploration firm Ocean Infinity. That was signed in January. This was a no fine, no fee contract that was signed with the firm for a period of 90 days. And today is officially the end of that hunt. At least the Malaysian government for now says that there will be no plan to resume a search or to launch a fresh search for that aircraft. This is a 4-year-long hunt, Amitabh, has gone on. And families and relatives of those on that aircraft, the 239 passengers who were on board that aircraft, have been knocking on each and every door to try and understand what really happened to their kin. Let's also remind our viewers that the Malaysian government has assured that a full report will be provided at the end of the hunt, which is today. So in a few days from now is when the Malaysian government says a report will be published. No date has been given out for when that report will be made public, but assurance also coming in from the Malaysian Transport Minister specifically that there will be a full disclosure report, all the elements of the search, all that's gone on during the last 4 years will be published as a part of that report. There will be no aspect or no element that will be skipped. That's a strong reassurance that's coming in for the family members for whom closure remains a long side away, Amitabh. For the last 4 years, they've been trying to figure out what actually happened. This is also a search that countries across the world have partnered right from the US to China to Australia. They have joined hands in that earlier search operation as well, which did not yield any results, which was the point when the family had increased pressure on the Malaysian government to start off another search. And this is when Ocean Infinity, this firm, got into the picture and signed that 90-day deal. But that search as well yielding no results, Amitabh.
Molly Gambhir reporting from the WION newsroom. A 9-year-old Indian origin girl has been killed in an attempted car hijacking in Shawcross, a suburb of Durban in South Africa. The killing led to protests by community members in the Indian township of Chatsworth. The incident occurred when the victim, Sadhya Sukhraj, was on her way to school with her father in a car. 3 men hijacked the car and sped away with the victim. In a chase, Indian community members and hijackers apparently shot at each other, leading to the carjackers crashing the vehicle into a lorry. The girl was later found shot and critically wounded. According to reports, one of the carjackers was beaten to death by community members while trying to flee the scene. A second hijacker was arrested by an off-duty policeman, while the third one escaped. Over 3,000 people gathered outside Chatsworth police station after the incident, demanding swift action. The police had to fire rubber bullets, tear gas and stun grenades to disperse the protesters, who included a number of children. Alison Lagrange joins us now live from Johannesburg. Alison, we've seen reports like this in the past as well. Are carjackings common, or attempted carjackings common in South Africa?
Yes, Amitabh, hello to you and hello to your viewers. Attempted carjackings and hijackings are common in South Africa. There's an average of about 14,000 carjackings per year. That number has increased by 14% from the year before.
Right, and we do know that there were protests soon after by the Indian community. They are feeling extremely angered by what's happened. Has there been any progress in catching, say, one of those carjackers who reportedly escaped?
Yeah, so as we know, one of the carjackers passed away in the incident. He was killed in the incident. We're not sure if he was killed by a gunshot or by the crash where the car was crashed into a truck. There has been a second hijacker that was arrested, and the third is still at large.
Alison Lagrange reporting live on the situation there in Johannesburg after that attempted carjacking left one Indian origin girl dead. News back home, in fact, from the southern state of Karnataka, where torrential rain has lashed the Indian city of Mangaluru. That's in the southern state of Karnataka. Many low-lying areas in the city have been inundated. There's been a steady drizzle all morning, which turned into a downpour by mid-afternoon. Many areas in the city witnessed flooding, and water has entered many compounds, making it difficult for residents to go out or even return home. Most of the roads in the city were at least ankle deep in water, either because of drains being full or because of a lack of drains. The Bengaluru Weather Department says the monsoon has set in over Kerala on Tuesday but has not arrived over Karnataka as of now.
Yeah.
Nishita Virendra now joins us live from Bengaluru. Nishita, what is the situation now in Bengaluru? We saw those pictures there of even boats out in the streets.
That's right. Students from a school, a Gujarati school in a suburban area of the Mangalore city, had to be rescued as the area around their school was completely inundated, and that is the reason why the boats were brought in. It could be another couple of days that the situation persists in the same manner as the Indian Meteorological Department has predicted, about 115 mm of rainfall until the 31st of May. And after that too, there could be heavy showers for the next 5 days in certain parts of coastal districts. It is Mangalore and Udupi that are particularly affected because of the heavy rainfall as the southwest monsoons arrived a couple of days early this time. So just giving a few details on how much each region has received. It is Bantwal that has got 128 mm. Regions like Malgur have got 242 mm rainfall. Another region called Balla in Mangalore has received 241. So it is becoming extremely difficult for the officials to handle the extent of complaints that are coming in. Compound walls collapsing, people getting injured has become a common occurrence. But fortunately, so far, no reports of any casualties has come in. But yes, people have been stranded, electricity has been cut off, buildings have been damaged, most offices have shut down and have sent their employees back home. Schools are also not operating till tomorrow at least because the rainfall, although there was some amount of respite earlier today, but now it's just getting heavier as the day progresses.
Nishita Virendra reporting on the situation in the South Indian state of Karnataka after heavy rain in the coastal districts. Well, that's it then on WION Dispatch. But coming up, we'll update PM10, PM25. We've all seen these figures every day for alarming pollution levels in our cities. But do we really understand all these numbers? Well, there may be an easier way to fathom just how polluted the air we breathe is. An app that tells you what's the equivalent in terms of smoking, even or especially if you're not a smoker.
You think only he is smoking and damaging his lungs? Not really. Those in India's top metros are smoking every day, not just one or two. A number of cigarettes every single day. How is it possible, you ask? Try this, the Shoot I Smoke app. It's a new pollution monitoring app that tracks the air quality around us. But wait, don't we have a lot of such apps already? True. But this one is a little different, and what makes it distinct is the way it works. The app shows the air quality data in a way that you would understand the best, in terms of the number of cigarettes smoked. It's very simple to use. Just enter the location and it shows the air you are breathing is as bad as smoking a given number of cigarettes. Yes, you heard it right, because perhaps that's the easiest way for people like you and me to understand how toxic the air is around us, and what we are inhaling every day. For instance, it shows that air quality in Delhi is equivalent to smoking over 7 cigarettes a day. And here is a look at how bad the air quality is in India's top cities. Mumbai, Noida, Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Chennai, Kolkata, Jaipur, and not just Indian cities. You can check the air quality data of any city in the world. And now a vital question is, how does it work? Well, it's no rocket science. Step 1. The app identifies your phone's location. Step 2. Finds the nearest air quality station near you. Step 3. Connects it to the database that is from using real-time air pollution data from the World Air Quality Index project. Step 4. And it then translates the data into a number of cigarettes smoked. It sounds like a great idea to help people understand how toxic the air quality is around them. But here are a few questions. How accurate is the data? Are they using a standard method to collect data? Is the data accessed updated consistently? Is it fair to compare effects of cigarette smoke and air pollution? There could be inaccuracies in data, and the results could be vague, but they definitely are not absolutely foggy. While you may not want to take the results at face value, it wouldn't be fair to completely dismiss them too. Bureau Report, WION.
Ankit Tuteja now joining us live from the WION newsroom. Ankit, a much easier way to understand how alarming pollution is in our cities is exactly where we are.
So, Amitabh, the pollution level is really, really bad. And you know, there is a common notion that we are only causing damage to our lungs when we are smoking. But the fact of the matter is that the air that we are breathing, the air outside, the air around us that we are breathing right now is as bad as the level of smoking that people have. So we need to understand it's just not about the smoking part, it's also about the air that we are breathing around us. And we just showed you that there is an app that is actually making it easier for people to understand that how dangerous, how toxic is the air around us. It actually translates the air quality data into the number of cigarettes one is consuming in a day. So there is an app, and it's easier for people now to understand that how toxic and dangerous the air is around us. So we just showed you that how toxic is the air in different cities of India, and we have a lot more in store from around the world at 7 p.m. only on WION. So stay tuned. There is a lot more coming in the next bulletin.
Ankit Tuteja reporting live from the WION newsroom.